It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're talking about competitive eating or speed eating, which is a sport in which participants compete against each other to consume large quantities of food in a very short space of time. Now, while competitive eating is one of the most popular sports in the United States, in Canada and in Japan, it's not at all that popular in South Africa, which at the end of the day might not be a bad thing. In fact, with us in studio to chat about competitive eating and the potential consequences of binge eating is registered dietitian Kathy Day. So we've been watching all these videos, Kathy, and it's a lot of fun to watch for us as people viewing it from, afar. But for the guys that are doing it, I've heard that their stomachs can actually grow to 4 times the size of a normal stomach. So I'm assuming this cannot be good at all.
No, not good at all, and that's true. Research has shown that it does increase in size, and they actually train their stomachs to be able to increase in size by consuming large amounts of water, or one of the examples is also cabbage to train themselves. Yes.
How does that work? So you just eat a lot of cabbage?
Yes, so they train for years, actually, the very competitive eaters, to be able to slowly increase their size of their stomachs so that they're able to hold more than the average person. And that is why they can eat such vast amount of calories and food in such a short period of time.
Yeah, and when you look at some of the stats that have been dropped around, the fact that the current speed eating records, which are astounding, 59 hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes, 47 donuts in 5 minutes, 3 onions in 60 seconds, and 191 jalapenos in 6 minutes. So, oh my goodness, I can't even begin to imagine that. So, what are some of the dangers to your body if you are taking part in these kind of competitions?
Well, the short-term dangers are that after the competition, a lot of them experience a lot of diarrhea, flatulence, nausea, vomiting, which is all not very good things. And then the long-term consequences of that is obesity is quite a concern, in especially our country as well as the States.
Yeah.
And it can lead to obesity, increased blood pressure, high cholesterol, and then a lot of other complications such as liver diseases, pancreatic diseases, gallbladder, just the list goes on, sort of gastric problems where they might have to have a gastrectomy, which is cutting part of their stomach out.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So, but I mean, looking at these videos as well, it certainly doesn't look like any of these competitors are enjoying what they're doing. I mean, a lot of them look like they're in pain. Look at the guy in the middle there. He is absolutely crying while he's doing this. The guy's shaking himself. But, okay, so when we look at healthy eating, how long should we be looking to take in terms of time to have our meals?
Well, we should all be practicing mindful eating, which is really tasting the food, tasting the flavors, the texture. So about a main meal should take 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes.
So we're talking about, let's say, your main breakfast, your lunch and your dinner.
Yes, and snacks about 10 to 15 minutes. And we should try to chew at least 20 to 30 times before swallowing.
Do you do that?
I try. I think we should all aspire to.
So wait, how do you begin to train yourself to do that? Do you literally, while you're sitting at the table, put a spoon of food in your mouth and count while you...
Yes, it's about making meal times a much more social sort of occasion. Talking to your family and your friends, chewing, allowing your satiety hormones to actually pass messages from your brain to the stomach to say, hey, actually, listen, I'm full.
Because you actually eat a lot less when you eat slower, right?
Definitely.
Which is, at the end of the day, your stomach really takes in what it needs and then lets your brain know that it's okay, I'm done now, and you don't feel like eating even more.
Yes, and that, I think, is one of the key answers to, treating the obesity epidemic in South Africa, is definitely teaching South Africans to eat a little bit more mindfully.
Wow, so your advice, definitely no go for competitive eating sports.
Well, it is a competitive sport, so definitely not for the average person.
No, not at all. Well, let us know if you would ever think of taking part in a hot dog eating contest. Link up with us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Leigh-Anne, I've always believed you're capable of so many things. Would you ever?